My name is Adam, and I'm an alcoholic. Daily Reflections. February 4th. When faith is missing. Sometimes AA comes harder to those who have lost or rejected faith than to those who have never had faith at all. For they think they have tried faith and found it wanting. They have tried the way of faith and the way of no faith. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 28. I was so sure God had failed me that I became ultimately defiant, though I knew better, and plunged into a final drinking binge. My faith turned bitter, and there was no coincidence. Those who once had great faith hit bottom harder. It took time to rekindle my faith. Though I came to AA, I was grateful intellectually to have survived such a great fall, but my heart felt callous. Still, I stuck with the AA program. The alternatives were too bleak. I kept coming back, and gradually my faith was resurrected. My name is Adam, and I am an alcoholic. Saint Anthony, who lived at the end of the 3rd century, asked, "Where were you, Lord?" And Jesus answered him, "I have always been here and looked at you, but now that you have persevered, I will always be with you, and I will never leave you." A beautiful promise, right? Once again, I have always been here and looked at you. It is aimed at me so much. I relate to it myself. I was so close to forgetting. I rejected myself, but not him. Jesus was waiting for my yes. Now I have the promise of permanent care. I believe him, just like St. Anthony, also called the Great, who fought for years with the demons of his unbelief. There is only one big little but. I still and constantly have to want it, this care, this closeness to God. How to do it in this world where the big no is calling from all sides? In reflecting on today, the steps we take in AA are an important guideline. I take these 12 steps every time I get back on my feet, starting with the memory of my powerlessness over alcohol, powerlessness over what I cannot change, against a world that is calling no. The 12 steps are the fulfillment of all commandments, promises, and the way to eternity, returning to the Father's house. There was no good in my life. Sobriety was unattainable. Normality was unattainable. When asking where God was, the answer is simple. He is and was where there is at least a bit of good. Without God, we are unable to do any good. Thank you for today. See you in sobriety. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference.